Okay. If right now you're seeing a really cool backdrop on this screen, that means my plan has worked, and this is working. If you're seeing a green background, that means my plan has not worked, and this will be green for the rest of the video. You can probably work out what my plan was, and you can probably work out even quicker if it's failed. But, hi, I'm Ellie, I talk about theatre, and this is your weekly theatre news recap. The show where I try and recap the week's West End and UK tour news in the best way I can. They're normally very messy, they're normally very chaotic, I'm normally saying a bunch of things wrong, but we keep on going, cause that's theatre, baby. And if you want to stay up to date with UK tours and West End theatre, make sure you hit subscribe, because we do these every single week, sometimes a bit late. I'm a bit late this week. Shh, I was busy yesterday. Anyway, we're going to start, as we always do, with our casting news. There's a lot of news this week. Like, if there was any week that we needed a weekly news recap, it's this one. I feel like I need the weekly news recap, but I'm the one making the video. So, you know, we can't always have what we want. First up, we have the casting for the workshops of Billy the Kid. This is having 2 performances at the Vaudeville Theatre, similar to how 42 Balloons last year was workshopped at the same theatre, actually. We're getting it again. Woohoo! I think it's the 13th and the 20th of November. But we have a cast who... There's some cool names here. We have Natasha J. Barnes, Kimberly Cochrane, Harvey Ebbage, Kai Griffin, Beth Hinton-Lever, Tony Jayawardena, Rob Kershaw, Ryan Copel, who was in Newsies, very good in Newsies, played Davy, Phoebe Loveday Raymond, Aaron Rayner, who was in the Great British Bake Off musical, Olivia Saunders, the icon, the legend, the moment, Jodie Steele, come on, Heather's original UK cast, you know who she is. She was Heather Chandler. Yuki Sutton, who was phenomenal in Ride during the first London run. Whew, I'm ready. Give me more of her. Hannah Victoria and Jasmine Wilde. This show is one that I really want to go and see. I really want to see it. Not only because of that cast, but also because it has a trans member on the writing team. It's so rare that we get to see musicals, specifically in the West End, that are worked on by trans people, that are written by trans people. And we're finally getting one. We're getting a musical. And I'm excited. I want it. I want it. Give it to me right now. Inject it into my veins. That's been my catchphrase for the past, couple of weeks for some reason. I don't know. It's my catchphrase now. Inject it into my veins. Yes, that's... Forget theatre is subjective. Forget Agent of Chaos. It's now inject it into my veins. I have enough catchphrases now to do a merch line. And it's coming soon. I'll work on it soon. Moving on, we have the cast for Oliver, which is going to the Leeds Playhouse. A lovely theatre in, you guessed it, Leeds. We have the full child cast and the full adult ensemble, who will be in the description. But for our adult leads, we have Steve First, who is playing Fagin, Jenny Fitzpatrick, who's playing Nancy, Chris Bennett, who's playing Bill Sykes, and Minal Patel, who is playing Mr. Bumble. This is a very interesting production. They're doing it in the round, which, you know, it's really nice to see them reinvent a classic or try something new with a musical that's had so many revivals. I can find that Oliver can tend to be a little bit hit or miss for me, so I guess I gotta go up to Leeds to find out if it's a hit or not. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. Moving swiftly on, because there is so much casting news this week, we got the announcement of a play heading to the Riverside Studios, with a very big name cast. Ulster American is heading to the Riverside for 8 weeks from the 4th of December, and stars Woody Harrelson from 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, a big film star. If you wanted more big film stars, Andy Serkis, he's Gollum. He is Gollum. That's Gollum. He's in London, and he's doing a play at the Riverside Studios. And Louisa Harland from Dairy Girls. This cast is... wow. Damn. When I saw this news story pop up, I was like, I was not expecting to see this today, but you know what? I will take it. This looks very exciting, and I can't wait to try and see it if I can. I don't know if I can, but I might. Who's to say? Who's to say? I might. I might, TM. Moving on, we got the cast for the Enfield Haunting. This is going to Richmond very soon, and then heading back into central London to do a run at the Ambassador's Theatre. We've already known for a while that the icon, the legend, the moment, Catherine Tate, Donna Noble in Doctor Who. I'm a massive Doctor Who fan. I absolutely love Catherine Tate. I'm so excited to see her back in the 60th anniversary, and I'm like, come on, inject it into my veins. And David Threlfall is in it as well. I don't know him as well, but I'm sure he's great. But we now know the rest of the cast of the show. A lot of TV stars here. I'm seeing a lot of TV titles of shows. Yes. We have Ella Sherry Yeats, who was in Marvel's Secret Invasion. We have Grace Maloney, who is in Artemis Fowl. We have Jude Coward-Nichol, who is sharing the role of Jimmy Hodgson with Noah Leggett. Mo Sachet, Neve McIntosh, Daniel Stewart, and we also have a couple of understudies who will be down in the description, as always. A lot of TV names there. A lot of TV names. A lot of names from the TV. And we love to see it. Next up, we headed up to Leeds. We headed back down to London. Now we're going to Leicester, everyone. The Leicester Curve is getting a big revival of EVITA this Christmas. Extremely exciting. I know that I have spoken a lot about Andrew Lloyd Webber shows that I'm not a massive fan of on this channel, but I absolutely adore EVITA. I think EVITA is my favourite Lloyd Webber musical. I think it's one of the ones that I actually really, really enjoy. That and like Jesus Christ Superstar, they're the two that I really find myself enjoying. We had the previous announcement that Martha Kirby is playing Ava and Tyrone Huntley is playing Shay, but we now know the rest of the cast, including Gary Milner, who'll be playing Perron, Shamsa Dorford-May, who'll be playing the Mistress and will be the cover Ava Perron, and Dan Partridge, who is playing Magaldi. We also have the full ensemble. Guess where you can find them? In the description. I have been wanting a revival of EVITA for so long. As the second that the Barbican transfer of the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre production was ripped away from me, so I couldn't see a production of EVITA, I have been begging that they were going to bring EVITA back in some way. And if I have to travel to Leicester to do it, so be it. Next up, I think... No, we've still got more casting. There's so much casting news this week. We have the cast for Motive and The Queue, a transfer from the National heading to the Noel Coward Theatre. We have the announcement of some returning cast members, who are Johnny Flynn, Mark Gatiss, and Tuppence Middleton, who are Richard Burton, John Gielgud, and Elizabeth Taylor, respectively. And we also have the full ensemble cast, who are in the description. This is a really interesting looking play. They released a trailer as well, that if I can find the link, I'll put it in the description as well. It looks really interesting. We have another casting announcement for the Darren Criss concert. Carrie Fletcher's in it. Just casually. Carrie Fletcher's just casually doing the matinee. She's not doing the evening, but she's doing the matinee, which I'm sure is going to sell those tickets like that. Carrie Fletcher and Darren Criss performing together. This is something that I didn't know I needed, and yet I need it now, and I'm getting it. So thank you. Oh, there comes the point in filming these videos where I just completely lose track of everything, and it's here right now. Anyway, and finally in casting news this week, we had the extension of Guys and Dolls, and with it, we got some announcements on some further casting for the show. Daniel Mays has officially announced that he will be returning to the role of Nathan Detroit, and George Loenaz will be taking on the role of Sky Masterson from the 16th of October. I need to slap myself on the wrist and go and see this Guys and Dolls production. I've been trying to go since like February. I even had a ticket booked one day. I booked a rush ticket and I didn't manage to go on that rush ticket. I have been trying for so long, and maybe with this casting change I will finally push myself to go and see it. Will it happen? I don't know, but I'm still trying. And that does it for casting news this week. Let's move on to our miscellaneous news and our show extensions. Of course, we've already mentioned our Guys and Dolls, but we also got the extension of Hamilton and Les Mis, both extending to the 28th of September 2024. Are we surprised? No, we're not. Thank you, these shows will last forever. We also got some really cool announcements for Death Note and Operation Mincemeat. Let's start with Death Note, because this is quite a simple news thing. They've announced that the show, like the cast from the first concert, not the show, the cast from the first concert will be producing a concept album. But if you went to see the concerts, loved the music, or missed the concerts and didn't get to listen to any of the music, you'll be able to see it at some point in the future. We don't have a date yet. Yes. And Frank Skinner. Frank Skinner, just, you know, casual celebrity, just icon of British TV, will be hosting a post-show Q&A on the 13th of October 2023 at Operation Mincemeat. They've been doing a couple of these. They did one with Reece Shearsmith a couple of, I think it was last month. And they seem to be doing a couple more of these like post-show Q&A things. Yes. So if you want to see Operation Mincemeat, which I would recommend, and you want to see Frank Skinner on the set of Operation Mincemeat, then book your tickets for that performance. And that does it for our miscellaneous news. Let's go into our transfers and new productions. Again, there's a lot. This was a busy news week. First off, the Old Vic has announced another musical heading to their theatre next year. Just for One Day is a musical that's going to be celebrating Live Aid. It's going to be taking the stories of people who went to the festival or like the thing. I don't know, I wasn't alive. And we're turning it into a musical directed by Luke Shepherd. But also, because I wanted to bamboozle you this time, we also have some initial casting for this show as well. Julie Atherton, Jackie Clune, Craig Ells, James Hamid, Nakomi Kayuto, Hope Kenner, Freddie Love, Emily Oy, and Reese Wilkinson have all been announced to be starring in the musical, which is running at the Old Vic from January 26th to March 30th. Next up, we got a very exciting concert announcement, as Jason Robert Brown will be doing a one-off concert with Cynthia Arifo at the London Palladium on Sunday the 24th of March. Take my money. Take my money now. Take my money right now. Just take it. Take it. Run with it. I don't have much of it, but take my money. Next up, we have some more dates added to the touring production of Rodgers and Hammerstein's The King and I. We know that this production is heading to the Dominion from the 20th of January to the 2nd of March 2024, but we also have some new tour dates. Anyway, the two new tour stops is that it's heading to Eastbourne and it's heading to the Lowry in Salford. So if you're near there, have fun, go see it. As well as that, you may remember a couple of weekly news recaps ago, we had the announcement that Hairspray would be going back on a UK tour. We only knew that this was going to be happening, and this was going to be going to Birmingham, I think it was. But we had the full announcement for the Hairspray UK tour. So it looks like Birmingham lifted the lid on that one a little bit early. The really cool announcement with this is that Brenda Edwards, who has previously played Motormouth in the UK tour, is returning to the show, but to join the creative team and help direct, alongside Paul Kerrison. This UK tour will be opening in Manchester from the 16th of July, and it's going to be touring, it's got touring dates until July 2025. And these are Manchester, Wales, specifically Cardiff, Canterbury, Liverpool, Belfast, Milton Keynes, Southend, Birmingham, Edinburgh, Sheffield, Wimbledon, Nottingham, Newcastle, Hull, Bradford, Southampton, Aberdeen, Glasgow, and further tour dates to be announced in due course. So if you're near any of those and you want to see Hairspray, I want to see Hairspray. I love Hairspray. I haven't actually seen a production of Hairspray live on stage. Oh my god. So I need to go see this one, obviously. Next up, we have another show heading on a UK tour, The Kite Runner. This show has been a hit in the West End and on Broadway, and is going on a UK tour to these places. I'm ready again. Osbury, Richmond, Bath, Chester, Dublin, Glasgow, Nottingham, Liverpool, Oxford, Salford, Guildford, Malvern, Sheffield, Brighton, Newcastle, and Cheltenham. I said them all. Yes. So yes, if you're a fan of the Kite Runner book, go and see this one. Okay. Another UK tour! There's another one! Do I have more? I have more places in the UK to say. This is fine. I can pronounce things. It's cool. I can read lists as fast as possible. My challenge, I try and do these at the towns and the cities as quickly as possible, but the problem is when there's more than one story in a row where I have to do it, it's a lot. Anyway, we are getting a new musical called Now That's What I Call a Musical, which is having a world premiere next autumn. This show is being penned by Pippa Evans and is being directed and choreographed by Craig Revel Horwood. This musical's numbers are going to be based on the compilation album, Now That's What I Call Music. Obviously, that's where the title of the show comes from. And this will be beginning performances from the 6th of September 2024 in Osbury, and then visiting Sheffield, Canterbury, Nottingham, Norwich, Newcastle, Bradford, Dartford, Cardiff, Truro, I don't know, put it on screen right now because I probably pronounced it wrong, Milton Keynes, Belfast, Southampton, Dublin, Manchester, Hull, Southend, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Liverpool, Birmingham, York, Oxford, Bristol, and Wimbledon. So, if you want to go see this, those are your cities. And that is the last UK tour we're talking about today, so I don't need to read any more dates fast. Moving on to our final piece of news this week, the biggest news of the week. And the news that, when I say my opinions on this show, people are probably going to be quite upset. You've been waiting for it. We have known it's going to be coming over for a while. They've announced ages ago that they had plans to come over to UK, but it's finally been announced and we finally know the theatre. Mean Girls the Musical will be getting its West End premiere in summer 2024. It will be opening in June at the Savoy Theatre. They have some new marketing, which I must admit, this looks good. This marketing, this poster, this is stunning. This is gorgeous. I love this. This looks great. I like this a lot more than the Broadway and the US tour marketing. I always felt like I like the pink, but I'm not that fussed on it. And talking about not being that fussed on it, I'm not the biggest fan of Mean Girls, the musical. I love the film. Musical, it's fine. It's fine. I've spoken before how I'm not a massive fan of it. But what I will say is that I have watched and listened to the Broadway version, and since that version, they have changed it and adjusted it, added new songs, taken things out. So, maybe when I see it now, I'll love it. Maybe I will become a massive Mean Girls musical stan. Maybe I'm going to be there wearing pink every single day. But that is all your theatre news for this week. What are you most excited for? I reckon a lot of you are going to be saying Mean Girls. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me, it helps the channel. Here's some links to my videos on the screen right now, and a link to my Instagram. Drop me a follow over there. That's probably the wrong side of the screen, but I don't care. Anyway, I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching. Bye!